Hello and welcome to my weekly update on, not update, I'm sorry, but forecast for the Euro US dollar. Today is May 28th, Monday. Here in the United States, it's Memorial Day, so trading on the Euro US dollar is going to be subdued. But anyways, let's take a look and see what I think is going to happen for this week. So I'm already on the weekly time frame, and you can see it's been going down. If you've been following Euro US dollar, you know it has been following a downtrend. But I think, and then we'll get into some analysis here a little bit, but here's what I think, sort of to sum it up here, before even going into the analysis, is that I think it's going to go down a little bit more, but I think it's ready to come back. It's ready to come back up, and so let's take a look at why I think that. No, I want this one. So I'm going to put the top of my retrace on when it first showed in the date and the weekly time frame when it started to go down. Let's blow this up a little bit so I can see better. Yeah. So I'm going to go from this peak to this low that was today. All right. So on the retrace, I think that this week we will get up to the 23.6% retrace, and possibly up to the 38, but I think definitely up to 23. So that puts us right at about the price rebounding up to about 1.79, 1.18, sorry, in that range. So I do think it's gonna come back up. I think it might go down a little bit more before it does that. If you look here at the stochastic, you can see that it's wanting to come back up. It looks like there's a little bit of room where it could still continue to trend down before hooking back up and coming back up over the 20 line here. Additionally, you can see that the trend is picking up. This yellow line on the average directional movement here shows that the trend is going up, and of course we know that it is a downtrend. Though you can see that what would indicate a downtrend here is starting to weaken. And then on the MACD, you can see that while the down signal was way back here, but you can see that it's still growing. If you look at the histogram, the space between the let's call it the signal and the value, you can see the bars are getting bigger, which means this space between here is growing. So it still kind of looks like it wants to go down a little bit, but I just don't think it's going to go down that much this week. So for the week, I'm thinking we may get as low as 1.160 something. If we get below that, we're down to maybe 1.155 in that range. Let's look at it here in the monthly time frame. So you can see, first of all, you can see we're below the monthly average. So this is the monthly average line. We're below that, so I think that short term it's going to want to come back up. Also, you can see on the stochastics on the monthly, it's just starting to come down. So I think that on a longer term, that we are going to, Euro US dollar is going to get down into the 1.144 range. And then if it breaks that, it's going down to I don't want to say that. It's probably going down to maybe, let's go to here, about 1.12. So I'm putting it right here, showing this is support at 1.12. I don't think that's going to happen for a while, though. I think that if it breaks through 1.155 or so, then we may be off and heading down to the 1.145 range. I think that's a little more distant in the future. I don't think that's going to happen this week. It could, but I don't think so. So what I do think is that we may continue to come down to about here. It's almost to where we're at. But I think we could come down to about 1.5, 1.1598, possibly down here to the 1.14, but then go back up to the 23, and it's better to look at it on this weekly scale. Go back up at least to the 1.17966, possibly up to as far as 1.19. But my bet would be that goes down just a little bit more lower, possibly today, since there's no activity in the United States, and then go back up towards 1.17. So that's my forecast for this week. I hope you get something out of these. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And I do this. Really, I do it so that hopefully I'm helping somebody. I'm not saying that what I do is 100% accurate. I mean, nobody really knows where the price is going to go. Something could happen, and hopefully not, but something could happen this week that could send the price in either direction, way above or below what I'm saying. So again, you'll hear me say it a lot. All we can use is the best tools available to us, and we make a swag, and I think you know what that is, and it's kind of crystal ball. And another thing is, I know there's a lot of analysis, a lot of different ways to analyze the market with all kinds of fancy, looking at the candles and coming up with all these different shapes and things. And my philosophy is really to keep it simple. I think the Fibonacci retrace, I use that a lot. You see that? I think it's pretty accurate. I think that combined with my indicators I use, the stochastics, the average direction, and the MACD, I think that's enough. I think I think you can overanalyze. And again, the price in the market is sinusoidal. It'll go up and down and come up and down, and that's just what it does. And so forecasting it is you're just trying to figure out when it's at that low. The let's see, 90, 80. That would be the 180 degrees if you're into the math of a sine wave. And you're trying to predict when it's going to come back up, or when it's at the 90 degrees and when it's going to go down. So that's how I do it. It's been fairly accurate. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe. Have a great week. I'll talk to you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.